September 17th, 2013. The Dakota, 92 Dakota, I think it's video number 3. Here's a repair I did to the hopper. I mangled it taking it off. So I put a new bead on the bottom of it there. So note to those who are taking their hopper off, make sure it's hot, and if it's not, heat it up with a torch, it'll come right off. If you don't, you might do something stupid taking it off like I did. And this hopper isn't long for the world. This is slated for replacement about midwinter, I'm thinking. The dryer that I welded on here, the dryer drum, it's just too thin. And the barrel itself is letting go too, so I'm just going to use it to get me up and going. And be done with that. On to the potato chip grate. I got me one of them. And it's pretty significant. It wasn't like that when I put it in there. It was perfect, you know, it was far from perfect, mind you, but it didn't have that much distortion. You can see in the middle where she's been getting plenty hot. Well, that looks like a bad camera angle. At any rate, the side that it's the lowest on is where on the side that the output was on, which is interesting, I thought, because you know the gas would have been flowing out and up that way. So that side's a bit higher. I'm pretty tight for space, so I'm going to actually have to straighten that up somehow, because I don't have hardly any space at all. So that couple inches that it's deflecting is eating up my space below the grate. So gonna have to do something about that. My fire tube is 19.5 too. That kind of throws things out of a, you know, that makes it a little different too. So over to the barrel. I'm replacing the barrel that was under there. Even the top half, it was just rotting right out. So I got an old style galvanized. It's heavy. Well, you can see some significant metal on the rim there. Bit of an adapting thing to the present coupling or connector setup, but it'll work eventually. Well, here's what's left of the heat exchanger. It was really rough. See if I can see the cracks right there. That was typical of a round of things, so that was definitely a leaking area. Even with the silicone, that had to have been leaking. So that'll be good to have replaced. Here's the heat exchanger. I took these apart with the plasma cutter, so the ash that you see is from the plasma cutter getting embers on it, and it just smoldering. Otherwise, it was just totally black. Doubt if you can see any down in the hole there, but I'll try. It didn't look good. See if I can. There we go. Not real good, but there's a little bit of view in there. So there's a bit of, you know, a light tar buildup on the fins and whatnot, but it seems to be working okay. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to put it back in the way it is. We'll go take a look at the the old hopper, the old barrel. It's just really, really bad. Try and find some. Well, you can see the big areas that are just flaking right off here. Maybe. It wasn't going to make it another winter, no way. So, especially bad around any places lots of welding got done. Lots of that blue looking shit when you flake it off there. And that's not a good sign. So, yep, so that one's going to the scrap yard. It is. I'll reuse the connection piece there, that pipe that connects the heat exchanger and the lower. And I'll reuse everything I can basically, but yeah, so I think that's it for now. There's the truck, not much different since the last time. I did put the taillights on, went for a trip, but it runs good and all that kind of stuff. And if I had a do-over, I would have put the rack an inch forward, but I don't know, too late now. Because of the outer skin on the hopper. So, and I'm going to have to rethink all my tanks and all that kind of stuff. I'm not really sure what the heck's going to go on with that. A lot of the old system is either going to have to be majorly reworked or just totally redone. So I'm going to sit in the chair with a coffee and look at this thing for an hour or so and see what I come up with. So that's today's update.